Hi, welcome back to Math with me, Marisol Lopez, your second grade math virtual content specialist. Think of me as your teacher's helper. In this video, we will be learning about another type of graph called a line plot. All right, let's get started. Today, we will be answering the following question. How can you draw a line plot to represent the measurement data and relate the measurement scale to the number line? In the past, we have learned about the following graphs: tally charts, bar graphs, and picture graphs. We learned that graphs are used to organize information or data in a way that is easy for others to understand and analyze. Today, we will be learning about another type of graph called a line plot. First, let's look at an example from today's lesson. It says, what do you notice? What do you wonder? Look at the data table and line plot below. What do you notice? What do you wonder? Well, this table right here looks like a tally chart, and it says handspan 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches. And then it has tally marks right beside each of those categories. I'm also noticing this graph over here has a title. It says class handspans. At the bottom, it says inches. Then we have like a number line, 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it has some X's on the top. Then we have some sentence starters. I notice, I wonder, and a question. What does this make you think about line plots? This problem is also asking us to do a notice and wonder from the data in the tally chart and the line plot. This graph that you see here with all the little X's is a line plot. Line plots usually show the number of times that something occurs, which is also called the frequency. I'll give you 15 seconds to jot down some noticings and wonderings. Today I decided to switch it up and included a Pokemon timer instead. Enjoy. All right, time's up. I'm going to share my noticings and wonderings with you, and maybe we might have some that are similar. I am noticing that both the tally chart and the line plot are showing data about handspans in inches. I noticed that the number of X's matches the number of tally marks recorded in the tally chart. For example, in the tally chart, we see 3 inches, and then there are 2 tally marks beside it. That must mean that of the people measured, only 2 people had handspans that were 3 inches. And I see the same thing over here, 3 with 2 X's above it. I wonder what these little lines are between the 0 and the 3. After some research, I found out that the little lines on the line plot mean that there is no data for whatever numbers are between 0 and 3. So they chose not to include them in the line plot. This means that there are no handspans of 0, 1, or 2 inches. I also wonder why the number 7 is blank. Also, looking a little closer at the tally chart, I was able to figure out that the number 7 was blank because there was no data in the table for 7-inch handspans. The last question is asking us, what does this make us think about line plots? Well, I am thinking that the data that was in the tally chart was directly transferred from the tally chart to the line plot. I am also thinking that each X on the line plot represents one person's handspan. What do you think? Do we have some similar noticings and wonderings? Awesome. Let's look at another example from today's lesson. It says, use the data in the table to create a line plot. Use an X to show the data on the line plot. So the data here in the tally chart once again says pencil length inches and number of pencils. 2 inches, 1, 3 inches has 2 tally marks, 4 inches has 5, 6 tally marks, 5 inches has 5, 6, 7 tally marks, 6 inches has 5, 6, 7, 8 tally marks, 7 inches has 4, and 8 inches has 1. This tally chart shows the length of pencils, how many of those pencils there were. They want us to place X's in the boxes above the number of inches. Let's see. The title says length of pencils in the class bin. And according to the tally chart, there was only one pencil that had a length of 2 inches. Let's click in the box above the number 2 and put an X in there. Wow, there were 6 pencils that were 4 inches long? Let's type in 6 letter X's above the number 4. Remember, it goes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, I skipped the 3 inches. Let me go back. 3 inches had 2 tally marks next to it, so I'm going to put 2 X's on the line plot. All right, I fast forwarded a bit, but this is the line plot complete with all of the data from the tally chart. Does your line plot look like mine? Awesome. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder and say, good job. If your line plot does not look like mine, that is okay. You can pause this video and finish up your line plot. All right, now let's answer some questions about the line plot. It says, use the data from the pencil lengths line plot on the previous slide to answer the questions below. Question number 1, describe the pattern you notice in the line plot. Question number 2, how many more pencils are 6 inches than 3 inches? Write a number sentence to show how you solved the problem. First question, the pattern I noticed is that the majority of pencils in the class bin were between 4 and 6 inches. That is where we have the most X's on our line plot. The second question asks, how many more pencils are 6 inches than 3 inches? This is a comparison question, which means that we are going to be subtracting. The equation I would write would look like this. For 6-inch pencils, I know that there were 8 marks on the line plot. And for 3-inch pencils, there were 2 marks on the line plot. Therefore, the equation I would write is 8 minus 2 equals 6. There are 6 more 6-inch pencils than there are 3-inch pencils. You learned a lot about line plots today. I am sure you will become more comfortable as you keep analyzing more and more line plots. Great work today, mathematician. Until next time, bye-bye.